Thank you for watching Power App Solutions in Minutes. In our last video, we went ahead and built out a Power Automate job that is using a Power Apps trigger so that that can produce some outputs that we can use to associate contacts, accounts, um, opportunities to this lead entity that we've created as a custom entity. So what we're going to do here is we're going to continue that process in the advanced lesson solution, and we'll go ahead and create a new Canvas app. And our Canvas app will be phone form factor. And the reason is because the original user story in the last video was, okay, well, we have sales executives or people in the field who are meeting with clients or meeting with potential prospects, and they want to be able to, um, you know, qualify a lead ad hoc. So what our app is fundamentally going to be is I'm not only creating a lead here, I'm qualifying it as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a stab at this, and it'll be a lot of fun, I think, and very intuitive. So we have our Canvas app. It's blank right now. And what we want to do is we're going to build this from scratch. So we're going to insert um, some labels. And so my first label is going to be first name, and then I'm going to create a text box so that we can take some shortcuts. Okay. And then I'll just copy this, and then I can just keep going, right? So what the data that we're collecting here in this app will be quite a bit. And so what we'll probably have to do here is allow for this canvas to expand a little bit. And we can actually do that at the layer of the screen. So what we can do here is say, all right, well, you know, we'll use a custom height. So our height in this case is going to be, let's just use something crazy, I guess, for now, like 1920 pixels. And maybe we'll need a little bit more, actually. Maybe we'll need about 38. What's 1920? 3840? 1920 plus, yeah. So what I'm trying to do here, team, and conceptually, is be able to keep filling out and adding fields, because in a moment here, you'll understand that what I want is to be able to add all these fields here and make sure I have enough fields to fill out in the UI of the app, right? So we'll trim this out. Okay, so first name, all right, very good. Then we'll go ahead and add middle name, and then we're going to go ahead and add last name. And this app isn't meant to be pretty. This is meant to be conceptual so that you understand the flexibility that we have in integrating Canvas apps with Power Automate as inputs. So next thing I'm going to add in here is email. Next thing I'm going to add in here is street one. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Company name. I'm going to swap them actually. I'm going to add company name right here. Cool. And then I'm going to add topic here is fine. And then I'm going to add, and these are all fields that live on the lead entity that we've created in prior videos. And then I'm going to add street 1, and then street 2. You can see how this is starting to come together, right? So um, street, actually now we're at the city part. We're not going to do street 3 on this one. Not in the mood. All right. State. Zip. Country. Slash region. Okay. All right. And then the next thing we're going to do is, I think we don't need anything further beyond this. So I'm going to go ahead and decrease that width here, or height, I should say, to maybe 3200. Let's try that. That's still a lot. Maybe like 2400. Let's try that. It's one of those things you got to kind of tinker around with a little bit. Maybe it was always 1920. I don't know. Yep, 1920 seems to no, but then we don't have buttons, right? So let's do 2400. So now what I want to do is add a button and bring it all the way down here. And this button will create lead. And then this other button will qualify lead. Okay. Very good. So now what we're going to do here is on selective, the create lead button, we're going to take a stab here, and what we're going to do is um, we're going to add a gallery on another screen here. So let's go ahead and insert a gallery. But first let's insert a screen, I should say. So blank screen, okay, that's fine. And then we'll add a gallery. Um, of leads. Okay, very good. We just have John right now. We don't have any views or anything particular right now going on. And that's perfectly fine. I just want to be able to tap into that data source. And then, so what we'll do is next, and let's go ahead and maybe zoom out just a tad. Nah, we don't need to. All right, so on the create lead, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a patch. And the source is leads Except here, we're going to use a new function that I haven't talked about very much yet. We're going to patch leads, but in reality, we're not updating, right? We're creating. So we're going to create a lead. And then what we're going to do next is basically say, okay, well, the value that we're working with here, now we have what we want to deal with. So the update, it's not really an update, but what we're going to do here is go ahead and create a JSON essentially here. And we're going to take all of these elements and create them. So let's just start bare bones, the very beginning, first name, and then we got to be careful here, right? Because first name, let's see, that's text box 111. Sometimes they're in the same order, and that's a beautiful thing. And it looks like they are. So that sounds good. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and try to go through this real quick. Text input 1.text. And let's make this bigger so you can actually see, because there's going to be a lot of code in here, only because of the volume of what we're doing here. So it's text input.text. Then we're going to go ahead and then do middle name is text input 11.text. And I'll just keep typing these out. Last name. So we're just constructing a JSON. Nothing particularly special here. I want 1.12.text. And then I believe after that I did company name. Text input. Now we want text input 13, which is the fourth one, dot text. Then we want, let's see, what else do we need? So it was first name, middle name, last name, company name, email, then topic, and then the address. Okay, so we keep working through this. Email, text input, 4.text. And then what we're going to do here is then do the topic. I think that's actually name. Yeah, it is. So name, and then do text input 15.text. Then now we're dealing with the address. So now we're doing the address, and let's see here. So address 1, street 1. That's going to be text input. And let's confirm, just do a sanity check here. It is street 1. Okay, good. So you can see how it highlights what you're doing there. And that's important, especially when you're writing code like this and trying to see if you're actually doing the right thing. And so then I want street 2. Text input 1_7.text. And then I want address city. Text input 1_8.text. And then I want address state. Text input 9.text. Then we want the zip. Text input 10.text. And then we want the country region, right? So text input 111 text. Okay, beautiful. So what that's going to do is it's going to create the record. So we have that ready to roll. It looks good syntactically. I don't see anything that concerns me at the moment, so I think this should work. Okay, great. So we'll leave that there. Next thing. To qualify the lead, what we're going to have to do here is when this record gets created, um, what we'll essentially do is we'll reroute. In fact, I like that idea. Reroute to the other screen, and then um, do the rest of our logic. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to Control X this button, and I'm going to actually put this on screen 2 for now. And then in screen 1, where I had the logic for creating the lead, we'll make it look a little bit fancier. And then what we'll do is we will do a semicolon, and then we'll use a navigate function. And what it wants is the target screen to navigate, so we'll navigate to screen 2. And then the transition um, is irrelevant to my knowledge. Yeah, I think, let me see, I'm trying to remember if the transition, I think what I usually use is screen transition none. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right? So we're going to navigate to screen 2 on click of that. And then when you get to screen 2 now we're on screen 2. Now what we can do is we can take one of these records and select them. So we'll use something that we learned recently, which was um, basically calling. Now we're going to pass the selected record ID over to our function for PowerAutomate. So the way we're going to do this, the way we're going to accomplish this, is we're going to go ahead and see that this list has now been updated, right? And it has a new person in here that we just created. So what will happen is we're going to do, um, we're going to actually create a variable on visible, I think. Let's see. Let me think about this for a minute. Yeah, on visible. So we're going to set, and then we'll call the variable um, lead ID. And then the value of that variable is going to have to be set to the value of the selected record. So what we'll do here is gallery dot selected dot, and then what we'll do here is lead, right? So that will set that variable and give us access to that ID for later use. And I know I haven't really talked about variables, but they're pretty straightforward using the set method. So then right here, what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and qualify this lead that I'm going to select. So the way I'm going to accomplish this, the way we need to accomplish this is we're going to go ahead and um, do an action, and we're going to click PowerAutomate. And we're associating that PowerAutomate to our button, by the way. And here's that PowerAutomate we built in a recent video. So I'm going to go ahead and select this. It's going to immediately bring over all the Askin Power Apps metadata and ask me for all of it. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to say, okay, no problem. Let me pass you everything that you want. So, for example, text input 1.text handles the first name. text input, and you can see where I'm going here, right? So text input 2, or actually 1 dot text is going to actually would be 2. We'll handle the last name value. That's just how it was built at the time. Dot text. And then you have first name again, which we had remember talking about that we had a little bit of a issue, and that's just part of the way Power Apps handle some of this stuff. But it's okay. We'll just pass it into that variable. No big deal. And then middle name is text input 1 So let's do that. Dot text. And we're just passing text values, by the way. So I mean, there's nothing particularly remarkable about this. And then this one should be text input 1 3. Let's just confirm that on our base screen. Text input 1 3. Is that company name? I don't know. Is it? It is. And then 4 5. Okay, great. So we go back to screen 2. We go to our button. It's not happy right now because it's not finished yet. All right. So next thing we're doing is passing the dot text and then email value. So that's text input 1 4 dot text. Very good. And then street 1 is going to be text input. Actually, street 1 won't be a 1-to-1 here. This is where street 1 is actually, I believe, text input 1 6. Yeah, because we have topic. So just got to be careful there. Dot text. And then street 2, which is what it's asking for, I believe now. Yep, street 2, city, state, zip, country, topic value, lead ID value. Okay, yep. This is good. So text input 1 7 dot text. Now it wants number 8. Then it wants 9. Then it wants and now let's see here. We've provided, if you look at it, if this is street 1, street 2, street, and then city, state, zip, then we're providing text input 11 here. Uh, Apparently I can't type. All right, great. And then now it's wanting the topic value, which we skipped over, right? So that's text input 5. Let's just confirm that just so that we don't mess anything up. But I'm pretty sure text input 5 is topic. It is. Okay. All right, great. So then back on screen 2, we'll do here. Let's expand this so you can see all this logic here. All right, so past the topic. Now that lead ID variable all of a sudden becomes important, right? Now, here's what's interesting. I think we can pass it in the way it is, but I'm going to be careful here, and I'm going to just be safe because it is a GUID, and I'm going to convert it to text. So I'll take the lead ID and pass it in as text because it's expecting a string. And so now our Power Automate integration here appears to be okay. Our button doesn't have any issues. And so we can try and take this for a test drive. Let's go ahead and play it out. And of course, yeah, it navigated me, so bear with me here. It's because I want to play my app. Nope, that's not true. I think what it is it on our first screen. So let's see if we play this screen here. There we go. Okay, so let's fill out some information here. Um, Daenerys. I don't even know if that's how you spell it, but I know that Targaryen is spelled this way. But let's see here. Daenerys, a Targaryen, company name, um, Queen of the World, and then let's just fill out. I'm just filling out information here. I'm just coming up with random stuff here, so forgive me. Um, Topic: they would like a quote on um, obtaining more dragons. And then I'm just gonna 123 Apple Lane, Suite 200, City, Kansas City, Missouri, zip 12345, country region, um, out of this world. And so when I click this button, there I have my new record, right? This is my new lead that I have. Now I want to qualify that lead. I'm qualifying that lead, okay? Now let's go look over here on our Power Automate job. It's running right now. It succeeded. Now, did it do what we wanted it to do? I don't know. I really don't know. I hope it did. So it went through, initialized all these variables. It created an account, created a contact, created an opportunity. So I'm really curious now. Let's go into our leads here. And of course, we didn't set anything here to automatically qualify or close, deactivate the lead. But the beauty of this is, look, I have all this data that I captured. And then not only that, but if I go to accounts and contacts, I can't help but wonder if there's a new company here. Let's see. Do we have, yeah, we have Queen of the World. And here's their address. And it's mapped brilliantly. Okay. And then we have a contact that is a child of this account that we created in our job. We have an opportunity connected to this. So here's our contact. Let's take a look at the contact. Look, information. We have everything here that we need. It's gorgeous, honestly. And then recent opportunities. Let's go ahead and open up the opportunity and take a peek. Very basic, right? This custom entity. They'd like a quote on obtaining more dragons, but it's connected as it needs to be, and now we can work it. So thank you so much for watching. This one was a lot of fun to put together, and to be honest with you, I wasn't sure if it was going to work on the first shot. So thank you.